What up, Misfits? So this was me about 2 hours ago.
This sucks.
And honestly, I am still feeling it, and it sucks. So, here's the story. First off, some of you are like, okay, smelling salts doesn't last that long. Yes, you're right, it doesn't. Unless it gets like ingrained and freaking embedded into your sinuses, then it stays that long. And you know, there's bottles and there's tablets, and what was used on me was a tablet. And yes, I say used on me. So I'm getting to that. And also some of you are like, what are you doing on a roof? Actually, this is a parking garage. When it's raining, I like rain. I think it's a beautiful day. And I like fall, and you got all these fall colors in the background. So I just wanted to get out. And plus it helps me breathe, which leads back to the smelling salts. All right, so here's the deal. Here's what happened. So as a lot of you know, I have Lyme disease. So I was at the doctor yesterday. So it was a great doctor's appointment, everything good, checks out. But what she needed to do more blood tests. A lot of you know I'm not a fan of blood tests, and they also know that. So in order to, help me, what they do is they put me in a room by myself, I guess to not embarrass me, but it's true, it is what it is. And then they have the tablets of the smelling salts. So when she takes my blood and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to pass out, she waves the smelling salts in front of my face, and it shocks your nervous system, it boosts your heart rate. So that's what happens. So it was all fine. Like, they do it every time I go in and have to do blood work. They will, wave it in front of my face and I won't pass out, and it'll all be good and fine. But this time in particular, I could tell, I could smell it so much more. And even when she left the room, I saw the little tablet there that she cracked open, and I was feeling like I was gonna pass out. So I touched it and then put it up to my nose and smelt it, and I was feeling fine, feeling good. Then I went back home and everything's fine, everything's good. She gave me shots as well, and so even after that, I was all good, I was fine. I didn't smell it anymore. But then I got home and it's getting late, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to bed. So it's around 11 o'clock. So I'm in bed. I lay down and I almost pass out. The only way I can describe it, it's passing out, but at the same time, it's I feel like I'm literally going to cave into my own body, and then I'm just going to fall out of reality. It's the most surreal feeling. So it happened, and I was like, oh God, here we go, another panic attack. And usually when this happens, I just get right up out of bed and then start drinking water, start walking around, and until I feel better, and then I can go to sleep. So I did that, and then I went back to bed and lay down, and I noticed it was my nasal cavity, something opened up when I tilted my head on my pillow, and every time I laid down and tried to go to sleep, I smelled the smelling salts again, and it woke me back up, and my heart starts beating, racing like crazy. I start sweating, and I'm like, oh God, another panic attack, here we go. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So then I walk around still. I drank over a gallon of water last night, and I was up till 4 a.m. And every single time I would lay down to try to go to sleep, I would smell the smelling salts, and it would wake me back up. My nervous system would just kick into gear, heart racing, start sweating, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is the worst. This is the worst. I felt like I was in hell. It was terrible. So I was like, oh my God, why am I smelling it sometimes, not all the time? And why am I even still smelling it? These are not supposed to last. Smelling salts is not supposed to last that long. So then I called a buddy of mine in California. Justin, if you're watching this, I'm talking to you. He actually really helped me out. And he was like, yo, it's in, because I didn't even think it was in my sinuses. Honestly, I was like, dude, what is this? If you dealt with this, if you've seen people deal with this, he's like, dude, I got no idea what's going on, but it sounds like it's in your sinuses. So it was take a hot shower, drink lots of water. I was like, I'm doing that. So it was 2 a.m., took a hot shower, and then laid down, and it was still in there, and I was like, this is the worst. I found a position to lay down in, and it was something was blocked it, and so then I didn't have trouble, and I eventually got to sleep around 4 a.m. But it was so bad And I woke back up and I could still smell it. And I was like, okay, this has got to go. What do I do? So then I went to the gym and I was reading, okay, how do you drain your sinuses really fast? So they said exercise, drink lots of water, and like, take long hot showers. So I, well, this is what I did last night, turned the hot shower on and breathed in the steam and stuff. So then I went to the sauna today because I was like, that'll definitely help. And oh my God, the sauna was hell. The sauna was hell. I usually can only stand it for like 20 minutes of detox, but it was just like, my body was shaking. I could feel it in my face, my breath, everything in my body was shaking. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I got out, and that was that video that you saw. And I was out for about like 15, 20 minutes. And when I got up, like every single breath I took, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna everything was so bad. And even on my way here right now, under this parking garage, like I could still smell it, still feel it. And I actually told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I need spicy food. Like, we gotta make some hot chili tonight or something. So that's what she's gonna do. And I am looking forward to it. But what this did to me, like besides like me hating it, is it really challenged me to accept the fear even more. Like I've talked about accepting the fear, and I have a series on fear that you guys should go and check out. It's a 3-part series. And the first part is accepting the fear. And so normally when I get up or I feel like I'm gonna start having a panic attack in the middle of the night or something, then I get up and I'm just like, all right, accept it. Like I'm having a panic attack right now and it's not as bad as it was, so it's gonna get better, it's gonna improve. And then, I walk around, drink water, but I just accept it. And it's just weird because like you don't have the opportunity often to like really learn to accept your fears. But with me going through all this health stuff, like I've learned like not just facing it, not just being like, oh my God, I'm having a panic attack, and like every time I can't sleep, and it's like, face the fears. Like how do you face that? Because you can't do anything about it. And if I could do anything about it, then I would feel like I'm in control. But when it's happening in my body and I can't even sleep, I feel like I'm out of control, so I can't even face it. So I've been learning to accept it, because once you accept it, then you see how much it's like I'm not gonna die. Like I had that thought last night. I'm like, what if I never sleep again? And obviously those are like irrational, crazy fears, but learning to accept the fear, like when that stuff hits me, has just been a huge, did this thing turn or am I just, I think that thing turned, whatever. But accepting the fears for me, it gave me an opportunity last night to practice what I've been talking about. To like, okay, I can't just talk about it, but I actually have to do it. And some people might be like, that's so weird, like you were up till 4 a.m. and you were going through hell and couldn't go to sleep. Yeah, but I mean, to me it was like, okay, I get the opportunity to practice accepting this fear and facing it head on. So the one thing that I wanted to do last night was sleep. The one thing I wanted to do was sleep. But that was the one thing that it was like my body was not letting me do. And so I just accepted it. I was like, you know what? My goal right now is not to get to sleep. My goal right now is to drain these sinuses and to like put my body back in order. And so what is going on right now? I keep feeling like it's turning. I think it is. So it gave me an opportunity to do that. And I just felt like I needed to share that with you all, because I know people that follow me and the people that watch my vlogs see that, I went from this fear of giving blood and shots to now I'm giving shots to myself. And I hate fear. Like I want to conquer fear. I hate it. I mean, there's a time, okay, well this is another vlog, but there are healthy fears. There's a time and a place for fear, but last night wasn't the time for it. And I was just like, no, I'm not having this. So the point of this is to share a story with you all, but also to say, like, another way of saying from me to you is just like, accept the fear. Once you accept it, it's not that bad. Like I know last night for me, it seemed so bad. I was like, this is the worst. But then I looked back at it today and I was like, you know what, I did good. Like I was accepting the fear and I was becoming aware of it and I was walking through it. Like I wasn't just facing it. I wasn't just looking at the whole Oh my God, what is going on with this thing? So I wasn't just looking at last night as this sucks, but I was looking at it as I'm going to get through this. And I just want to encourage you all for the same thing. Like, not just facing your fears, but accepting them. Like, accepting them, because once you accept them, they're not as bad as you think. Because fear is never as bad as you think it is. It is never that bad. Fear, once you accept it, it's just like, oh, this isn't that bad. Like, some people just look at, and I've talked about this before, facing the fear as, you're just facing it, like you're fighting it. But accepting it is actually letting that fear hit you. And then you're like, wait, this thing is weak. Like, I can beat this. Like, this is nothing. And that's how I felt last night. Like, I was freaking out at first. Dude, I do not know what's going on with this thing, but it's driving me insane. I was freaking out at first, but then once I accepted it, I was like, no, I'm gonna do this. And then I got to sleep. And if it happens again tonight, well, I'm gonna do the same thing. I could have just shared this story and that have been it, but I honestly hate like watching vlogs and I get to the end of it and I was like, what did I just watch? Like, I just wasted 10 minutes of my life. So I try in my vlogs to really like have some sort of substance for you all, not just telling stories. This is unreal, man. I hope this vlog meant something to somebody, because I hope it does. And so that's why I felt like I really needed to just document this moment in my life, in my journey to health, and share with you all the things that I'm facing, the things that I'm walking through, and the things that I am working to overcome and working to fight for. I hope you all got something out of this. If you like this video, like, subscribe, share. And if this meant something to you, please comment. I just get so excited when I wake up in the morning, log on to YouTube, and there's just like all these comments of people saying like, wow, this helped me so much, thank you so much. Like, that means the world to me. So please, please, please comment and let me know your thoughts. It means the world to me, and it just makes me want to do this all the more and create more content for you guys. So thank you, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you misfits later. Peace.